Welcome back, MTG Joe here. Today we're going to do some gameplay of a sweet standard best of 3 deck that just claimed #1 rank Mythic in the December season. So we covered this briefly during the weekly metagame breakdown, but Untapped user Nithin, they might be a streamer based on some of the comments. I don't have their stream name. If you do know who it is, let me know in the comments so I could give credit. But they went 31-5 in best of 3 with this really sweet Is It Hellraiser deck. They claimed #1 Mythic, and they kind of came back, and then they fell to 4, but are doing some climbing again. But really cool list that we're going to take for a spin today and see how it plays out in the games. And then we're going to look at kind of through Untapped, how they sideboard, and see if we can get some useful information there. But how this deck works, we've had iterations of it that keeps adding cards from each set, but it's built around Capricious Hellraiser, Forgotten About, Brothers War, Mythic. So 6 mana dragon, but it costs 3 less if you have 9 or more cards in your graveyard. When it enters, you exile 3 cards at random from your graveyard, choose a non-creature, non-land from among them, copy it, you cast it without paying its mana. So ideally, you do it with Season of Weaving, and then you can create a copy of a creature you control, and then keep going and kind of Splinter Twin. You have Bitter Reunion to give him haste, so you can attack that turn, which is cool. Chandra's Hope's Beacon can double up your spells. We have the new Chandra in here, which is card advantage. We can make copies of our Hellraiser. Horned Loch-Whale. We got the Roaring Furnaces removal and card advantage. Lots of ways to draw and discard. You have the Unions. You have Artist's Talent, Moment of Truth, the Brass Tunnel Grinder that can flip and allow us to discover, Ill-Time Explosion, all mixed into there. Fires of Victory, Unsummon, Torch the Tower as cheap removal to complement it. 3 steps ahead is a couple counters. This also lets you draw discard as well. That works pretty nicely. Your mana base, you have access to like Fabled Passages to help fix your mana. That adds more cards to your graveyard. Cavern to name Phyrexian, Dragon, whatever you want. Some fields, a Mirrex in here as well. And then in our sideboard, we have Lithomantic Barrage, blue-white matchups, Ghost Vacuum, Soul Guide Lantern, graveyard decks. Some negates for the bigger mana decks, Tidebinder activated abilities, a whole bunch of cheap removal, Abrade, Pyroclasm, Scorching Dragonfire, some Brotherhood's End, Jace for the mid-range matchups. Virtue, we're going to figure out what Virtue's for. It copies abilities, and then we could choose new targets, and then if a permanent causes an ability to trigger, we get an additional ability. I don't know why we want this in, but we're going to find out when we look at the various sideboards and see if it comes up. But I'll link their profile if you want to kind of see how each of their matchups play out. You can do that through Untapped, which is really nice. So say this matchup here, we want to see how they played against this Dimir deck. So it looks like, my guess, this is the Dimir like combo deck. We can also see what cards they played by clicking the user's profile, but it shows basically what they took in, what they took out. So this is a Virtue matchup. If we want to see, this was an Oculus matchup, so they bring in a bunch of removal, take out their big stuff. So you can see basically from that, and that's how we'll leverage it for our games. We'll play a couple games, see how it plays out. But yeah, we'll take it and give it a go and see if this is just an expert pilot or if this deck is as cracked as it appears. Ladder just reset, so we are back in plat 4, but let's find an opponent. You'll see above my head, for the month of December, every penny I make off YouTube, I'm donating everything to a local Toronto food bank. So helping out folks in terms of charity. Want to give back, so watch the videos, helps out the channel a lot. And we are trying to hit $800. We're at $48 so far. Playing first, Diamond opponent. This hand is pretty bad. Guess we have removal. I think we mulligan still. Hand's much better. I think we put back. Let's just die. Alright, sorry about that. My mouse decided to just give up life. Let's put back probably the 3 steps ahead. Always fun being live and just having the computer just freeze on you. Okay, so mono red. I think we just doing this now. In part, we want to Moment of Truth this turn. Try to find some more removal. Hellkite is triple red, so that's something we need to keep. So look at the top 3 cards, put one into your hand, one to your graveyard, one up to the bottom. So let's go... Probably the Bitter Reunion to hand. Put the 3 steps and do that. They're gonna hit us here. We do want to try to find like Unsummon. That's another nice one. So what we'll do here, get rid of Demo Field. We find some lands. So we're currently at 4 cards. We do need to find something to help with the sweep. So this is the Gruul version of the deck. Depending what they do, we might just set up. So Paw Patch. Coming in, hit us for 2. We'll probably sweep here. We did hit Horned Loch-Whale. We could set up another turn. We can opt to sweep here. I think it's just sweeping here. This puts another card into our graveyard. We can hit the red here. I think we're just getting rid of Chandra here. We do want the lands. So that'll sweep up the board nicely. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, well, we're not gaining life, so that's fine. We'll Fable here. So I can Field of Ruin, take them off green. Just in case they have a protection effect. Maybe should have done that. Before, but we'll get a red source here. So Hellkite is now discounted. Doing this to let the Monstrous Rage. Horned Loch-Whale. So this exile 3 random cards from your graveyard. So we can we can copy. I think it's just. Let's start with this. See if we could just win this turn potentially. We have Chandra here.
I will burn Phyrexia to ash. No plan, no problem.
So this is copy speller ability, choose new targets. So we could get hit by this. We could just double Moment of Truth, which is nice. So let's just do that. Because their turn's pretty much just going to be this. I can block with the Hellraiser here. And then they have to decide how they want to deal damage. Okay, so they opt to not. We can cast this and kick it. I think let's just get cards in hand.
Fight with your heart.
Put in our graveyard, put in our library. Unsummon would be good. Okay, so another Hellraiser's nice. So in hand. In graveyard and library. Cast the second one. What did we hit? Let's go. Get a reunion here. See if we could find Season of Weaving. So this would deal 3 to our opponent's Screaming Nemesis. So they can deal 3 to something. We just go face, but yeah, we got him. Okay, so looking at the sideboard against mono red, they bring in a Braid, Pyroclasm, Scorching Dragonfire, Brotherhood's End. And they take out 1 Brass, 1 Season, the big Chandra, and 3 Steps Ahead. 1 Brass, 1 Season, 1 big Chandra. See how this one plays out. Felt pretty strong. Like, they had a reasonable start. We were able to sweep the tempo elements. I do like the whale. Just letting you kind of tempo them out. That hits them for a full kind of turn cycle. They have to redraw it. So we know they're on mono red. Hope our mouse doesn't die again. Light works. Hello, opponent. Where are you? Where are you, opponent? Did we tilt them out? Yeah. As we wait for the opponent, you can see by hovering what they bring in, what they take out, which is helpful. I think this is a mulligan. Like, it's a little bit slow of a hand. We can answer the first 3 things, but there's no sustained. Okay, well, looks like we're gonna have to go with this. So we're gonna keep 5. Let's put the Fable, or put Demo Field back. Probably Fires of Victory. Hope that Pyroclasm could kind of tempo them out a bit. They maybe have like a good mouse draw. Pick up. We're just filling. Moment of Truth's pretty like replaceable. I think we're going to do Fabled Passage and then just tempo them with the Unsummon this turn. Could just go Artist's Talent as well. So what's the worst? We get like Monstrous Raged here. If they have Screaming Nemesis, I could unsummon it and get that. I think we need to do this because like we gotta fill our graveyard. We're already kind of behind, and this kind of will entice them. If they play another cheap thing, it's good for us. Yeah, like that's great. Hopefully no rage. Play another 1-drop. Oh my god. Hello. Let's discard Bitter Reunion. We do take a point of damage there. Season of Weaving in the graveyard. Graveyard count 4. We have Unsummon and Abrade. We can level up here. So I can level up. I think it's just pass the turn. Go with Unsummon here. Just try to find Hellkite. Now, I don't know if they brought in anything like Paw Patch formation. They didn't see the talent here. Fired Claw. Interesting they went that route. They can't give haste. Obviously don't love doing damage here, but they have the second one, they just get me. Land, go away. You have the second one. First Lightning. Cuts off my life gain. Would have obviously liked to do the Unsummon play. Dragonfire's not bad. We can take a point here, but then it starts getting a little iffy. If they have another snake skin, they usually only play 2. See how they want to do this. You have the other protection effects. Multi 5 hurt, like we were down a couple cards here. Hey, let's go, let's go! You dead. Dragon! Yep, so Paw Patch. What did we exile? Just lands? Well, that's not good. Could have been 3. So now they're gonna boink us. Needed to hit literally any spell and we're fine. They got us. Ah. Triple bursts got us. Let's run it back. I mean, all we need that game is to just not multi-5, have one additional card. We hit a removal spell there. It keeps us alive a little bit longer. We are at 5. They had 4 damage of burn. The Paw Patch came in handy. So they do have Paw Patch for our talents and stuff. Hand's iffy. It's like we don't have... Let's try. Bitter Reunion away the talent. Fired Claw. Not finding anything. See if they just want to boink me with a plus. They do. So we do have the torch that we can do for the following turn. I could wait and do it now. That's pretty like poor use of the mana. I think we do this. Because then I have the Roaring Furnace as well, which will play nicely. I can sack the Bitter Triumph. 4 cards in the yard, that'll be 5. Sweeper would be nice. Got Fires of Victory. Probably want that. Another card in the yard. Free balls me. So I can hit them here. Because then next turn, that goes 5. Just do this. So this needs, if there are 3 or more boar counters. Heartfire, the exile will be nice. See what they do here. If they go Questing Druid, then I'll Scorching Dragonfire. So they'll go Pump here. They have 2. So that dies. They don't get the trigger. So I could go Hellraiser here. I think we're just doing this turn. Drawing the extra card. I'm gonna Burst Lightning. Just tempo them. Do an effect. Turn that to hand. So we'll go Dragon here. Bitter Triumph. So I can do another Bitter Triumph here. This will flip. So I think we're just gonna go pass the turn. Moment of Truth's not bad. So whenever you cast a spell using mana by this, discover X, where X is its mana value. So go Thundering Falls. No, it's probably Torch. Gives us just some more cheap removal. Whenever you cast a permanent, okay. So we can do. So we'll discover here, it'll find a piece of removal. We're gonna cast with Bargain here, since it'll hit this. I want the other Torch on top. Probably not. Mirrex is nice, but we need to be mindful. We could go another Bitter. Screaming Nemesis scares me a bit. We're just at a very low life total. Hey, that's a nice one. Druid Snakeskin. So they could Druid again for some cards. Come on. That was shitty. So game 2, we mauled. We just didn't find enough. That game, they just got enough burn to kind of get us. The Snakeskins kind of did us in there. Having to... I do think I would want like another piece of bounce. It was good tempo there. Them finding exactly land, and they had that. If we had one more life, we can probably just kind of pivot from there. Kind of annoying. Otherwise, would have been a good game. Might have been wrong to bin the Hellkites early, but we had to stay alive. Opponent goes first. Don't be mono red. Golgari. Fine. Chandra. 3 steps is nice. They're digging. Missed a land drop. I think we get rid of Thundering Falls. I kind of want the demo field. The question is, do I want 3 steps ahead? Discard 3. We could Bitter Triumph, Bitter Reunion. Sentinel here. Could Ill Time here. Could also just set up like Bitter Reunion. Take a turn. Yeah, let's do that. So Bitter Reunion. Discard Bitter Reunion. Furnace is great here. Five cards. We're at our second counter. Next turn we'll flip Brasses. Shieldred would probably be the worst, but so I want to do it so we don't have 3 lands in the yard. That brings us to 8. That brings us to 9. Dragon Online, and then I can copy it with the Chandra. So we could return, use artifact or creature. Do I want to take 4? Yeah, why not? The Shelly gets seen there. Yeah, because it all resolves at the same time. Got him. Got him! Alright, quick sideboard. What's the Golgari plan? Get rid of 3 steps to Shauna, Scorching Dragonfire. Let me just take a look at one other. Three steps, Brotherhood's End. Yeah, so it seems like 3 steps comes out for the most part. Scorching Dragonfire to Shauna's Tidebinder. They're on the Mosswood plan, so they're on the Demon version. Back, run it back. I'm still salty about that Gruul one. Like, one turn, we probably pivot and we get going. This deck's fun. It's like an interesting way to kind of consider the games. This hand's very kind of slow. If they hit me, I'm in a bad spot with like a duress. Let's try. Can't duress this. Hopefully they just play out Mosswood. Gives me a torch target. Alright, opponent's had enough. Opponent has had enough. Run one more. You do kind of just go over the top of these decks. Like even with Shelly there, I had so many cards in hand. You get a lot of card selection, which is nice. I want to play against Mono Red again. Having maybe like another talent could be reasonable. Opponent goes first, so I think this hand's a trap. You're not doing anything for the first few turns. On the play, I might have kept it, but I think we need more interaction. Because if they're on mono red, we're going to be dead before we get a chance to do anything. Alright. I mean, mana base is pretty scuffed, but we'll take it. Let's put back Chandra, I think. Actually, I thought this was 2 pain lines. This hand's good. I might actually put back... Nah, it's probably still Chandra. Well, it's very strong. I don't think... In the dark... It's where we want to be on. Golgari Gamer. Golgari ramp. I think I want... If they tear asunder, it feels bad here. Where if they tear asunder that, I don't care. I wanted to hit lands to give me the option. 3 steps ahead is likely gone here. Oh, they are. Weird. With Beanstalk in there? We'll kill the elf. I could take a turn in talent here. I think we just pass, see what they do. And then I could just loot with 3 steps ahead. Because if they go Shieldred, it's bad. They didn't have anything last turn, so... Now I do need to kind of hit my line drops. Could have like tear asunder. Get the talent this turn, but this kind of keeps them back from attacking. Oh, you're just gonna do that. Okay. Sure. How about we just time walk you a line drop? Torch doesn't do wonders against that, but... we can kind of draw, discard, loot some more through the deck. Does this have ward? Ward 2. Let's just catalog here. They seem to be on the cottage plan. Ooh, that's a good one. Probably just Thundering Falls here. So we'll blow up their land here. We get the counter anyways, so we're good. And then we can just hardcast Hellraiser. There's not a huge amount of stuff we want in there anyways, so it's probably going to be a Horned Loch-Whale first. Cast like Horned Loch-Whale, get that going. They're gonna have the removal anyways. So there's no real point. We got enough mountains. Let's get an island. Some life. Don't really care about that. I think we just continue. Because if we could get that going, it'll be good. So we did get Capricious. I think this turn it's just pop this. Let's say go. They'll have to decide like what they want to tear asunder. All our graveyard right now is like removal. I think you can still cast Spree. I'm assuming their hand's just like miscellaneous removal spells. Pop that so they don't blow up with Maelstrom Pulse. Good draw, get some loot going, but actually I do like that. Alright, so I could Season of Weaving this turn, but I think we're just gonna level up again and say go. Take the long end, because Brass will flip and then we'll get value off the Hellkites, which I like. I can also just do this, force them into the ward. Do this on their turn, because then depending on what we discover into, Moment of Truth. I think I'm okay with that. Go for the throat. Ward. let's just set up here. And bottom, yeah. Dragon! Dragon! Torch this. Go brass here, Chandra Sweet. So this Chandra, I can get haste.
You have no idea who you're messing with. Let's go big.
This will also get the Descend trigger. They usually only play one Maelstrom Pulse main. Go for the throat. We are at 19 cards, so we do need to be mindful of that. Let's go. Deal 4. Deal 4.
You're toast.
Decline, keep the new one.
Light up the darkness.
Decline. We're gonna make a copy. There's a chance we hit Chandra Season of Weaving again. So let's X4 here.
You're toast. Fire's as flexible as I need it to be.
I just don't want to draw. We could do 1 here. Oh, these are legendary. I could do another one, but then I can't give haste. I'm a mana short, so we'll just hold off. Honestly, Unsummon's fine. Whatever threat they put down. Alright. Opponents had enough. So it was Tishana's, and so they're on a bigger version. I think I might want Jace. Tishana, Jace. Because I could see them having more graveyard interaction. But it's weird, like they're on Llanowar Elf, so like in Aklazot's. They do have bigger stuff. Get rid of Moment of Truth. Get rid of some Torch. Probably all the Torch. Or Fill Time. Don't want Fires over it. It's like, I don't think I want Ghost Vacuum. Let's do it like that. Jace could give us another win condition. It's just weird. Like, when I see beans, I think that they're on like Overlord and stuff like that. You'd go through your deck quick. We were at like... We could have drawn out. This hand doesn't do anything. We'll keep this. Put back Shauna. Health on 1. Should have kept the other hand. Now they show Slasher. We'll whale it, and then we have ill time. So they were a lot more creature dense. That'll take their next turn. Do you need to hit a land? Oh my god, are we just not going to hit a land? Are we not going to hit a land? It's going to be a tap land. Don't do this to me. Okay. Had me scared there. Go Chandra, ill time. That'll get close to flipping. They missed a line drop, which is nice. And I can just clear out this completely. Chandra here. So I can kill that this turn. Don't think I need to. This will flip, so it will give me one more land. But the problem is this makes a red mana. That's 7. We're playing that out. It's just, do I want to do this turn? It takes 7, but that takes out their whole turn. Probably worth it. Almost messed that up. Like a Tishana, like their activated ability. We're at 7 cards in yard. Second Mosswood. We know that we want probably the sweepers and like the full set of torches. I can just take that out now. Put one into our hand. Just gives us some more fodder. I could either Fable kill, I could Tashana. I could Hellraiser this turn. Kill this. So if I did that, I shouldn't have done. Hellraiser. Sequencing's a little poor. So we'll decline here. This clears out the Moss Woods and forces them for the turn to basically use them. Pop that. Maybe should have waited because I was gonna make a copy. And then I could have given it haste. But we're in a pretty good spot, I think. There's a lot of decisions in this deck. How about no? I could have like looted, but let's see what we hit here. Try to hit Season of Weaving off it. I'm gonna keep one Season in hand. I can go Chandra or Season. So make a copy, draw a card. Oh, we're doing it. Okay, so we hit the haste. Opponent's big mad. Opponent's on Golgari mid, which is like the definition of mid. And they're giving us the sleep. Let's go Dragon. We did kind of whiff. We hit a bunch of lands on the second one. So the one thing you got to be mindful of, like if they have Maelstrom Pulse, it's pretty bad here. But I think between the two, we're okay. We just got to boink in one more point of damage. They had the pulse. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. We'll have 9 mana available. So depending what they do. So blue, colorless, blue. Let's counter that. How's that sound, friend? The old Stone Rain yourself for 3 mana? Let's just copy this. Now they need... They found 2 blockers. See if we can find some removal. Another Jace. How many cards in deck? 17. What do we have left in our deck? I do have 2 torches and Unsummon. There we go.
Is wasted. You cannot win.
Got him! Got him! This deck's sweet. We came really close to the 3-0, ended up 2-1. But this deck's crazy when it goes off. Like, we whiffed a couple times and still went off, but definitely check this out. Shout out to the creator, the innovator, the kind of fine-tuner, Nithin. Link the profile so if you want to look at the sideboard guide. But we'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a great one and stay safe out there.